The night started like any other. I was at work late, finishing reports, when my phone buzzed with a message from her. Don't wait up. I'm exhausted. Going to bed early, love you. I smiled at the screen. That was her simple, sweet, predictable. I almost typed back, good night, love you too, but something stopped me. A strange hesitation. Maybe it was the way her words felt a little too rehearsed, too careful. I shrugged it off at first. We'd been together for years, and I trusted her completely. But as I packed up my things and headed to my car, the unease wouldn't go away. A thought crept into my mind. What if she wasn't home? I told myself I was being paranoid still. Instead of driving home, I took a detour. My hands gripped the wheel tighter with every block I passed. When I finally pulled up near her apartment, the lights inside were on. I sat in the car, staring at the window, heart pounding for no reason I could explain. After a long minute, I laughed at myself. This is ridiculous, I thought. She's probably asleep already. But then shadows moved behind the curtain. Two of them, my chest tightened, my breath caught. I told myself it could be the TV, maybe a friend visiting, something innocent. But deep down, I already knew the truth was something else, and I wasn't ready for it. I stepped out of the car. Every sound around me magnified the crunch of gravel under my shoes, the distant hum of traffic, the pounding of my own heartbeat. My legs felt heavy, but I forced them forward, toward the building I thought I knew so well. The hallway smelled faintly of her perfume, something that once brought me comfort. Tonight, it felt suffocating. My hand shook as I reached for the doorknob, only to realize it was locked. I raised my fist and knocked. Silence. Then, muffled voices from inside. A man's laugh, low and familiar. My stomach dropped. I knocked again, harder this time. The voices stopped. A chair scraped against the floor. Then, hurried footsteps. The door opened just a crack, and she stood there, eyes wide, face pale as if she had seen a ghost. "What are you doing here?" she whispered. Her voice wasn't warm or surprised. It was frightened. I pushed the door open wider, stepping inside before she could stop me. The living room looked normal, untouched, but I could feel the tension in the air, heavy and undeniable. From the bedroom came another sound, the unmistakable creak of the bed. And then, a figure appeared in the doorway. He froze when he saw me. For a moment, the world seemed to stop, the ticking of the clock on the wall, the hum of the refrigerator, even my own breath. Everything went silent, except for the deafening roar inside my head. It was him, not a stranger. Not some random face I could forget. It was Daniel. My closest friend since childhood, the one I trusted with secrets I had never told anyone else. The one who stood by me through every heartbreak, every struggle, every victory. And now he stood in front of me, half-dressed, in the doorway of her bedroom. My girlfriend's bedroom, the room tilted. My vision blurred at the edges, as if the floor had been ripped out from under me. I stumbled back, clutching the wall for balance. My mind screamed at me to say something, anything, but my mouth wouldn't move. She rushed toward me, panic in her eyes, her hands trembling as she tried to grab mine. "Please, it's not what it looks like." Her words shattered me even more. That tired, pathetic excuse, it was exactly what it looked like. Daniel looked away, his jaw clenched and able to meet my eyes. His silence was worse than any confession. I laughed then, but it wasn't the laugh of someone amused. It was hollow, bitter, the sound of a man breaking apart. "Not what it looks like," I whispered, my voice cracking. "Then tell me what it is." No answer. The weight of betrayal hit me all at once. Every memory we shared, every late-night talk, every promise, it all turned to ashes in that moment. The woman I planned to marry, and the man I thought of as a brother, had both cut me deeper than anyone else ever could. The ring box in my pocket burned against my leg like a cruel reminder. Hours ago, I was ready to ask her to be mine forever. Now, I couldn't even look at her without feeling sick. Daniel finally spoke, his voice low and broken. "I'm sorry, one word," as if that could erase the knife he had driven into my back. I turned away, staring at the floor, my hands trembling so violently I could barely keep them at my sides. The apartment felt smaller and smaller, the walls closing in around me, suffocating me, and in that crushing silence, I realized something. There was no going back. The air in the room grew heavy, pressing down on me until I thought I might suffocate. She kept whispering my name, her voice desperate, but I couldn't bring myself to look at her. Every time I tried, all I could see was Daniel's shadow standing in that doorway. I took a step back, then another. My legs moved on their own, trembling, weak, but carrying me away from them. I needed space, I needed air. Please, listen, she started, her voice breaking, but I cut her off with a single glance, one that said everything I couldn't put into words. Daniel finally moved closer, his hands raised as if surrendering. I didn't plan this, it just happened. Those words were gasoline on fire, my chest tightened, rage boiling up like lava. I lunged forward, shoving him hard against the wall. The picture frames rattled as he hit it, but he didn't fight back. His eyes stayed down, his body, as if he knew he deserved every ounce of my fury. You were my brother, I hissed through clenched teeth, my forehead pressed against his. I would have died for you, his lips parted, but no sound came out. Behind me, she sobbed louder, covering her mouth with her hands. The sound made me sick. For a moment, I imagined what it would feel like to swing my fist, to let all the pain explode into one violent release. But my hand froze midair, because no matter how much he deserved it, I knew hitting him wouldn't fix anything. Slowly, I released him. My arms dropped to my sides, heavy as stone. Daniel leaned against the wall, shame etched into every line of his face. I turned to her. She was shaking, mascara streaked down her cheeks, her eyes pleading with me to stay, but there was nothing left to say. The silence stretched, unbearable finally. I walked toward the door. My steps echoed through the apartment, each one heavier than the last. I stopped for just a second, hand on the doorknob. Part of me hoped one of them would speak, would give me some reason not to leave. But no words came, only quiet, so I opened the door, stepped out, and let it close behind me. And just like that, everything I thought I knew about love, loyalty, and family was gone. The hallway outside her apartment felt colder than the night air. My footsteps echoed against the walls as I walked, but inside, I was numb. Every sound my own breathing, the distant chatter from another apartment felt distant, unreal, as if I were trapped in someone else's life. I reached the street and leaned against my car, staring at the ring box in my hand. It felt so small now, so meaningless, compared to the weight crushing my chest. I opened it one last time. The diamond caught the glow of the streetlight, mocking me with its brilliance. Something meant to symbolize forever now felt like a cruel joke. I snapped the box shut and shoved it back into my pocket. The city moved on around me. Cars passed, strangers hurried down the sidewalk. Life continued as if my world hadn't just been ripped apart. That was the cruelest part no one knew. To them, I was just another man standing alone under a flickering lamppost. My phone buzzed again. Her name, I let it ring. Then Daniel's name lit up the screen. I turned the phone off completely. For a moment, anger surged again. At her, at him, at myself, for being blind. But beneath the rage was something worse, emptiness, a hollow space where trust used to live. I thought about driving somewhere, anywhere, just to escape. But no matter how far I went, the truth would follow, so instead, I walked, block after block, with no destination, only the sound of my shoes hitting pavement and the cold air burning in my lungs. I thought about the boy I used to be, the one who believed love conquered everything, who thought loyalty was unbreakable. That boy had died tonight. But as I reached the river and stared at the black water moving endlessly forward, something inside me shifted. Maybe this betrayal wasn't the end of me. Maybe it was the start of something else. I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know who I would become without them. But I knew one thing for certain, I could never go back. And for the first time that night, the thought didn't terrify me.